Good, appropriate time of the day to you, friends and enemies. I am Richard, and this whole thing around us, why that's LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now, limited time offer, no vowels. And how are you doing this appropriate time of the day? I hope you're doing well. I am doing reasonably well. As we can see from this, whoop, it was unfortunately washing day, which is why we're slightly later than usual. Not by much, but by enough that when I spin around like this, can go why, as that has also been done. Why? How many times was why done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You did 5 whys. Why? That was 5 in total. You know, why? Why would you do this? Why is your points being spended on making me say why? I don't know. Why do you hate me this much? Why is this such a horrible thing to be doing? To me. What, why? Why do you torture me so? Why did I ever put that reward up? Why? Why am I so silly? But that doesn't matter, because, you know, I wouldn't have put it up if I didn't want to do it. So hey, there we go. What we've got going on here is more of Swampy Tasty in Detective Grimoire, The Secret of the Swamp. So let's head on over and whoop. It only says play. Let's sure hope that I can load. There we go. We've done 4 of the 7 challenge talkings. Headphones are recommended. There. Alright, here we are. Let's see if we can work out whether it was Boggy or not who did it. Oh. Why have you only got 6? What's going on here? Oh, have we marked you as suspicious? No. Has a secret passionate hobby on the side. But we know what that secret passionate hobby is. It's the camera, right? Traditional photography in black and white, yeah. Let's see, you say 7, you say 6, you say 6 and 5. Alright. Don't know what those mean. That's the suspicion, is it? That doesn't make any sense for you, because you don't have 6. Not suspicious.
Suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Suspicious.
Yeah. Doesn't make any difference. Never mind. Who knows what those things are? Well, let's have a quick look at our... where is it? Ah, here we are. We haven't seen all the people. We're still missing 2 people. Here's our clues. We found all of the Boggy costumes, including the black leggings, which, you know, don't look like they're there, but they are. The crime scene, we've still got much to find out. And look, stuff to find over here. And another journal to find. So, yeah, and here's all our notes. We haven't been to 4 places. The office, and then 2 places over there. Right, yes, the cafe. We looked in the rubbish bin and found the last part of the Boggy costume. We haven't talked to you or looked at any other thing else around here.
The tables and chairs are made out of parts of a ship. I think. Never really learned much about ships.
Well, you better do before you get to the 3rd game in the series. The Mermaid's Mask. Because that is where you're on a ship. Oh no, you're on a submarine. Okay, learn about submarines, not ships.
Grass, trees, nothing unusual.
I was looking at the rubbish that was on the floor here. Okay, what's on the menu?
A shipwreck? In a swamp? Does that make any sense? And why is there a cafe growing out of the side?
I don't think it's growing. Okay, and then we got wispy bits of sail.
A shipwreck?
No.
And what?
There's a door.
There's a little locked door on the side of the ship here. I think it's part of the cafe.
Oh, a locked door. Okay, let's just have a quick look. Okay, so we can go onwards up there. That's good to know. But let's talk to the owner of the cafe. Cook.
Ah, yes. I heard they were sending somebody over. So you're Detective Grimoire.
At your service. Well,
At my
kind of.
service.
You're a suspect too.
Of course.
You're holding a knife.
Feel free to be as suspicious as you like. I won't be offended. You can call me Harper.
How did you know my name?
I can only assume I must have read about one of your many exploits. But I think you'll find the swamp to be your greatest challenge.
Okay, maybe, or maybe you read it on my hat, which you have. Give me back my hat, which flew off at the very beginning of the game. So challenge you about an old swamp? About an old swamp? You mean this murder case? I'm sure I can handle it. I love challenges. I eat challenge for breakfast. Yeah, I haven't had any breakfast. But let's...
I love challenge. I
Eat some.
eat challenge for breakfast.
The swamp itself has a history that has captured many imaginations, for better
So many
or for worse.
imaginations.
My advice to you, look to the past. It could be the way forward.
Oh, okay. Well, I found the Boggy costume, so now I can ask about that. Because I've completed it. Tell me about your job, cafe person who is here operating the cafe. What is it that you do?
So, you sit in this boat all day and sell food to people? To tourists, I guess?
Not just the tourists, but the employees too. To anyone who is hungry or thirsty. I know everyone's favorite foods.
What are they? Oh, and is this a real shipwreck? How did it get here?
I can't expose all the secrets of the swamp. I don't want to spoil your fun.
Is there a secret to this shipwreck?
No.
You just spoiled my fun.
You'll find out there are some secrets worth keeping when you've worked here as long as I have.
So I'm a detective.
Well, how long is that?
Solving a murder.
I've worked
Spoil
in the
everything.
swamp almost as long as Mr. Remington. We knew each other for a long time.
Really? So what was his favorite food?
Mr. Remington enjoyed a specialty only I can make. The bog dog. He ate one nearly every day. A real creature of habit, that one.
It looks like a hot dog.
That
It's
somebody has
similar.
sneezed on.
But I'm afraid I have to disappoint you. I'm not serving them today.
Why not?
Yesterday I found this strange green powder in my entire supply.
Guess I'm out of luck today. Well, thanks for the information. You've been a real big help.
Wait, take this with you. If you get thirsty, it's the most popular drink in Boggy's Bog. Swamp juice. Try it.
It looks like...
Like swamp juice?
Well, I'll try some later on.
You're in luck. That's my last bottle. A lot of swamp juice has been disappearing from my stock recently.
so
I can
many
only assume I must have been
suspicious
selling them all.
things.
Did something strange happen at the cafe yesterday?
Yes, green stuff got on the bog dog. Murdered the victim because was the reason that left the cafe feeling ill after. Oh yes, that is true. Richard Remington went out going blah, didn't he? Visited the cafe after, murdered the victim. So let's say Richard Remington left the cafe feeling ill after a bog dog suddenly burst into flames. Sold him a bog dog. Sold him some swamp juice. Was fired from their job. So, okay, sold him a bog dog. So not a bog dog sold him a bog dog, but Harper. Let's have that anyway.
Richard Remington left the cafe feeling ill after a bog dog sold him a bog dog. I think that's pretty close.
Oh, excellent. Harper sold him a bog dog.
Richard Remington left the cafe feeling ill after Harper sold him a bog dog. Harper is basically in charge of all the food and drink here in Boggy's Bog. I'll have to ask him about this.
The challenge topic is now available. Alright, well, let's ask you about last night.
You're going to ask me about what I was doing last night.
I was going to. Were you going to tell me anything?
Still am.
I was working here at the cafe in the evening, and I had a couple customers. Eventually they all left and I locked up and went home.
Do you lock away everything at night?
Not everything, just the storeroom over there.
You mean that little door on the side of the ship? Is there anything else to lock?
I leave the chairs, tables, and trash can where they are. Lifting things like that is not a job for an old man.
Don't you
No,
have
an old
anyone to
man.
help you?
He's older
Mr.
than you.
Remington
He's got a
liked to
grey
keep us
beard, and
down
you
to
don't.
his skeleton stuff. There simply aren't many people who would choose to work in a place like this.
A skeleton staff? Well, that's convenient for him since...
Don't make that joke. I won't laugh.
What was the joke? I mean, I know it was something to do. He's a skeleton stuff. Well, that's convenient for him, seeing as he's dead, and bones, and dead bones, and bones that are dead. But what was the actual joke? Alright, let's ask you about this Boggy costume.
Someone made a costume to look like the creature. They must have known it would get a reaction for sure, but I wonder if they planned things to go this far.
When you're finished theorizing, I was going to show you these sketches I found in the trash can right next to your cafe.
Yes.
It does seem like someone was designing a costume. A disguise, perhaps.
I don't know.
Try to think why somebody would do such a thing.
I don't know.
What could they achieve with it?
I don't know.
Not yet.
Alright, okay. Well, let's ask you about all the other people. Let's ask you about Mr. Remington, the murder victim.
He was a friend for many years.
Yep.
If you have any questions about him or his belongings, I may be able to help you.
I mean, I just asked you about him. Can you tell me about him? No? No? Alright, okay.
You're prime suspect, am I correct?
Well, technically, but I'm not even sure he's real.
Don't worry about that. Real or not, the creature's the most important part of this mystery.
Which one? The cartoon character or the real creature?
Exactly.
Oh well. What about Agent Folder?
I don't know very much about them.
Oh, okay. What about Bobby Bird?
You have a lot of suspects on that list.
Yes. I'm going through them all with you.
I don't know what to say.
What about you?
I don't know very much about them.
I'm sorry? I mean, I know that is a generic answer, but I asked you about you. I don't know very much about them. So, not very introspective on yourself then, are you? Alright, okay.
It's here a lot. I think he's been putting less effort into his protests recently. Which is a shame. I think it's an admirable cause.
Do you talk to him much?
Not really. Sometimes he likes to talk, just casual conversation. He asks how business is going and what everyone likes to eat, nothing of real importance.
No, but he asked about what everybody liked to eat. Like, what did Remington like to eat? So maybe... I was going to say, you are my most suspiciously suspicious person at the moment, Vanderveer, because you stopped doing stuff at the place. You stopped processing as much. You were inside your hut a lot, even though it was raining. I don't know. It feels like the kind of thing. You're the only person I can see at the moment who really has a big motive for doing this. I mean, no, not Vanderveer. Echo. Sorry, Echo is the ecologist. Vanderveer is the filmmaker. Echo is the one. It's always the one you suspect the middleist. Yes. Vanderveer has a minor motive in that every time he asked before he was denied permission to come in and film stuff. But now he's in here filming stuff and Remington is dead. So I don't know if he got permission from Remington or killed off Remington to say he couldn't have permission, or to prevent him from saying he couldn't have permission. But that doesn't seem likely. So yeah, at the moment it's Echo. I don't know. And Sally Spears appears in the next games, so I don't think it's her at all.
You have a lot of
Unless-
suspects on that list.
You know, it's community service or something. Hey, I want to take this murderer who murdered a person with me to solve other murders, because, you know, send a thief to catch a thief, so we'll send a murderer to catch a murderer. No? Logic doesn't work out that way? Alright, okay. Alright, well, I have costume design.
I can't help you with that one.
Yes,
Sorry.
you can.
Why don't you show that to someone else?
Because I'm showing it to you, there's nobody else here.
I don't know everything, I'm afraid.
Well, look it up on Wikipedia then.
I can't help you with
Or
that
the
one.
internet, or anywhere.
Sorry. Why don't you show that to someone else?
Because I'm clicking on the things to get all of your responses.
That's the same fabric from Mr. Remington's curtains.
Thank you. I already knew that, but that's good to know.
I don't know everything, I'm afraid.
Alright. What about the Explorer's Journal?
I can't help you with that one. Sorry.
I'm sorry also.
Why don't you show that to someone else? I don't know everything, I'm afraid.
It's film footage, you could just look at it. Oh, let me ask you about Bog Dog.
It was Mr. Remington's favorite food. That strange green powder isn't supposed to be there.
Somebody sneezed on it.
It's the most popular drink that I sell. In fact, a lot of it has disappeared from my stocks recently.
Why would somebody be stealing swamp juice? That is a thing I don't know. Unless they assume it's actually made out of swamp and are trying to put it back into the swamp. But you'd have to be ridiculously stupid for that.
I can't help you with that one. Sorry.
Alright, can you help me with this map? Do you know what a map is?
Why don't you show that to someone else?
So you don't know what a map is, that's fine.
He's dead, but he always knew what he was getting involved with.
That's a weird thing to say, but alright. Let's see what challenge we have. And on the challenge topic. I challenge you on this challenge of challenges.
I was told Remington left the cafe looking ill last night.
Yeah.
Since you seem to be completely in charge of all the food and drink around here, I'm afraid this is something I can't ignore.
He was an old man. His health wasn't perfect. But I'm not arguing with you. I think it is suspicious. What do you think caused it?
What do I think caused it?
The mysterious green powder on a bog dog. But let's... No, not tomato sauce.
That's not...
I know it's not it. Not mustard.
That's not it.
Although I don't like mustard on hot dogs. I do like tomato sauce on there. What's that? Is that jam or salt? That's jam.
That's not it.
I know.
A bog dog he ate at the cafe gave him food poisoning.
I keep all my food locked in the storeroom when I'm not here. You think he was poisoned?
I think he was poisoned.
Poisoned by me?
I have proof it was you, poison. He left the food stocks outside the storeroom. The storeroom was broken into with a lockpick, even though I have no justification for that. I haven't investigated the lock, I haven't looked at the door, I haven't been in the food store to see all the food is poisoned, but hey, there are some puzzles where you go, why is this a puzzle? Yeah. I mean, this isn't that last one where it was just, you try all the combinations to find out what is right. Not a great puzzle, but it wasn't very puzzling. But you know, it was a thing that you had to do in order to make sure you knew what the story was. So, meh.
The storeroom was broken into with a lockpick.
A lockpick? I've never encountered a problem like this before. But
Never
since
encountered
last
a
night,
lockpick
am I in a position to doubt a claim like that?
Somebody knew that Remington would eat a bog dog.
Everybody.
He ate one every day, right?
Do you suppose this explains the missing bottles of swamp juice as well?
I don't know. Maybe the swamp juice has been refined down into whatever the poisons were? Okay, so here we are. We've got popular drinks. Has the appearance of strange liquid slime. Upstairs, a lot of swamp juice has recently disappeared from this stock. Recently. And then we've got the bog dog type of hot dog sold at the cafe in Boggy's Bog. Remington's favourite food. He ate one last night, as usual. Since last night, the stock of the bog dogs are covered in some unknown green powder. I mean, I guess the person was reasoning that nobody else eats bog dogs around here. You know, in this tourist attraction that we're at, where we could have tourists buying things at any time. Nobody else would want the bog dog. So, you know. Alright, can I go in there?
There's a little locked door on the side of the ship here.
Yes.
I think it's part of the cafe.
Yes. Can I go in there? No. I can't, like, grab these and use these elsewhere. Connor says this was his lockpick, but he lost it a while ago and had to buy a new one. Alright, well. Okay, I guess we're going to wherever the next place is. Ooh, an animated scene. Oh, we're on the bridge.
I wouldn't be using this old rope bridge if I had a choice. I've seen the movies, I know what happens.
Somebody else is going to come and chop it off. No? Alright. It's a tree.
It feels like I've stepped into nighttime. What happened to the sun?
Nothing. I hope. Alright, here we have a place that is occupied.
Someone please tell me why there's a house here. Well, the lights are on. Maybe somebody's home.
And presumably, the last suspect. Hey there, I suspect you.
Someone please tell...
No.
Well...
I missed the door.
Someone please... Well...
Can I... Oh, I have to walk into it. Yes.
The latch is broken on this door.
Huzzah! That means I can go in, because I'm free to go wherever I want.
Seems I can fix it with those 3 cogs if I just put them in the right place.
Ah.
Once they're on the right pins, I can move the handle at the bottom to try and open the door.
Okay. There's 4 here, not 3. Alright, let's try you up there to begin with. You turn and do a thing. That doesn't reach. I mean, that does reach. That isn't exactly... I mean, I can do that, then. Does that work?
Perfect. I am amazing.
Sometimes it's kind of... Sometimes it's hectic. I mean, yeah, that one was simple. Hey, it's a person! What else have we got?
This is like an oven? Or is it just a boiler?
Both.
It's so old-fashioned it hurts my brain.
My god, that's an old-fashioned thing. How on earth would you cope with an old-fashioned thing? Looks at notebook with notes in it and not digital phone where you have written all your notes and everything. And can use it to cross-reference things at a moment's notice. Old-fashioned things. Blah.
The owner of this house seems to enjoy reading. Though, I'm not sure what else there is to do up here, actually.
Something other than reading.
Check out that sunlight beaming through the window. It's so bright I should have brought my sunglasses.
That's not what I was looking at. I was trying to look at the frying pans in the background, but okay.
The tree comes straight through the middle of the house. It even has little drawers carved into it. Okay, even I'll admit, that's pretty cool.
No. How would you like it if while you were living, somebody came up and, you know, carved things into your flesh? Put a little pocket on your flesh. Oh, I'm just going to make a slit here so that I can store my money in there, inside here. Yeah, that'd be great. No. It's a living thing at the moment. You didn't even have the decency to kill it before you started chopping into it. Alright, do you do knitting?
There's a whole load of needles and wool on that shelf.
Okay.
Or should I say yarn?
I don't know.
I just don't know anymore.
Neither do I. As I said before you said. So you stop copying me.
A little blanket on a little bed in a little house. It makes very little sense.
What about a blanket in a house on a bed? Doesn't make sense to you, oh great detective. I just don't understand. Why? No, it doesn't make sense that it doesn't make sense. But all right.
I'm indoors. What a treat. There's a book on the table. I think it's a book about flowers. How fascinating. I must take some time to read it.
All right. Go on then.
There's a book on the...
No, I want to read it. I mean, it could be you creating a poison to put on bog dogs, but I don't know.
I'm indoors.
Okay, indoors again. All right, hello, person. Oh no, let's click on your making things.
Tree comes straight... It even... Okay, even...
All right, person with a leaf for a head.
You just walked straight into my house, did you?
Yes. Not exactly. I had to climb up here first. I'm paid to walk into people's houses. Sorry, I would have rung the bell, except there was no bell, and the latch was broken. If the latch is broken, how do you get out? And I had to fix it on the outside, so have you been trapped in here all this time? Why are you not, thanking me? No? Alright. I'm paid to walk into people's houses.
I'm a detective. I'm paid to walk into people's houses.
Normally, I have methods for dealing with unwanted attention. But I can make exceptions for harmless idiots.
Hey!
You get any attention up here?
Not so much of a harmless.
Most of the time, people like to leave me alone. But I don't think you're going to, are you?
No. I could make an excuse and say it's my job to ask you about last night, but to be honest, I climbed all the way up here and I just like being indoors.
Well, if you insist on staying, I'll tell you. I'm Lady Weybridge, and I think you might be climbing up the wrong trees.
Lady
I'm
Weybridge.
Detective Grimoire, and I think I might agree with you.
What are you lady of? What's your job, lady? If that's not vulgar to ask you. Job? Job? I don't do jobs. I'm a lady.
What do you do here? Did you work for Richard Remington?
I was living here before that man was even born. And I have absolutely nothing to do with him, or his little tourist attraction.
You're exaggerating. How long have you been here? Just in this treehouse? What do you do up here?
I've been here longer than anyone. Even longer than, well, anyone.
I like numbers.
60 years, something like that.
What have you been doing for that time? If you don't mind me asking.
I lived. I had a
have
life.
many reasons to be here. But I won't bore you with all the details of my life.
I'm sure there's one detail worth writing down.
I like to study the plants and flowers in this area. I've learned many things from them.
Now, what about this little chemistry set you've got on your table?
I wouldn't call it a chemistry set. But if you bring me an object that has liquid on it, or inside it, I'll tell you what that liquid consists of.
Wow, how do you do that?
Chemistry.
Nature of Weybridge's book of pressed flowers contains information about all the flowers in the swamp and where they grow. Got those flowers to look at, which are coming up to Echo's place. The green and red species only grow around the side door of the museum and can't be found anywhere else. That's good to know, thank you. Alright, and these things that I was wondering about before are the number of suspect clues that you found for these people. Or the number of clues, not suspect clues, but the number of things and things, because I saw that pop up by one when we got new information pop up. What were you doing last night when he was being murdered?
Your job is to ask me about what happened last night.
Yes.
Do you even know what happened last night?
I know more than you might imagine.
Tell me about that.
That sounds useful. Can you tell me? What were you doing?
I was here, in my house, by myself.
What else?
That's it.
That was not
Thanks.
as useful as
Just
you might get.
give me a minute to write all this down.
Alright, hey, have you heard there's a Boggy costume?
I found these designs for a Boggy costume. Do you know anything about them?
You're asking me because you can tell I'm experienced with needlecraft and sew my own clothes?
No.
Yes.
that's a good reason. Let's go with
Definitely.
Well,
I knew
these
that.
designs look like they should have stayed where they were.
that. In the trash?
On paper.
Oh, how come?
Whoever drew them didn't really know what they were doing.
You would have done it differently?
Of course. I am a seamstress. There was a time when I considered sewing my craft, my livelihood.
Really?
When Richard Remington arrived in the swamp years ago, I offered him some of my handmade fabric as a peace offering. I don't think he cared much for it. Most likely he threw it away. A pointless gift from some strange woman.
Maybe he turned it into curtains? I don't know. Alright. What do you know about Mr. Remington?
I have nothing good to say about that man.
Oh,
So I
okay.
won't say anything at all.
What do you know about Boggy the Boglin?
I'm not even sure who that is.
Not impressed. Not impressed by the voice lines that they've got here. I think I'm not even sure who Boggy the thing that lives in the bog and is the mysterious bog person of Bogness. Bog. I don't know who they are. Tell me about yourself.
A fascinating old woman who lives in a wonderful treehouse. I heard she wasn't so keen on visitors, though.
Alright, well, at least you have a response for asking about you, unlike Harper, who didn't know anything.
You should ask someone else.
Alright, I will do. What about Echo?
Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree.
What about Sally Spears?
I'm not even sure who that is.
Alright. What about Vanderveer?
You should ask someone else.
Don't get down to the cinema match. What about Bobby Burl?
Show it to someone who doesn't live in a tree.
Don't get down to the opposite side of the camera very much then. And what about Agent Folder?
I'm not even sure who that is.
Alright. Presenting profiles hasn't been much help all the time. Alright, well what about clues? Can you... Oh, you've got liquid, you've got the liquid on them. Okay. Well, what about the lockpick then?
Let's see.
Okay. Liquid sample collected from lockpick.
First thing we do is put the sample of liquid into the cauldron
Okay.
and tap the faucet.
Alright. Oh. Into the cauldron.
And
Alright.
now we just have to match the color of that liquid with these ingredients.
Okay, it's green. How do we make green?
Got it!
Cool.
Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes.
Alright. Interesting. Well, let's ask you about everything else that is not.
This is a 60-year-old journal. It was on display in a museum.
Oh,
I know
60
what it
years.
is.
I thought you might.
Is it your diary?
I'm supposed to look to the past, right?
Killed the swamp creature when built the museum because was living in the swamp when found Boggy's bog when. Alright. I think Lady Weybridge was living in the swamp when the swamp creature became a famous cartoon character. Was discovered by the explorer. 20 years ago was hunted and killed. I think it's that.
Lady Weybridge was living in the swamp when the swamp creature was discovered by the explorers 60 years ago. Lady Weybridge. She was living here when Boggy was first discovered by the explorer.
Okay, thanks. Challenge unlocked. Yeah, let's do the challenge.
I've been looking into the history of this place.
Oh, really? Did you find anything?
Yeah. You.
You must be confused. You found me today when you barged into my house. Remember?
No, I don't remember any barging. You created the myth of the swamp creature yourself to scare people away. You were the original founder of the tourist attraction. You were living in the swamp when the explorer visited 60 years ago. I think this one.
You were already living in the swamp when the explorer came here 60 years
Well,
ago.
it would be nice to
The
see
explorer?
who made the
That
thing.
man they talk about in the museum?
The one who originally discovered Boggy. You know who I'm talking about. His sketches and notes are the only real evidence we have for this creature.
I mean,
You
maybe it was
already
you.
have his journal. You learned to read, I assume. What else do you need?
I need to tell me if the journals are fake. I think you wrote something in the journal yourself. I think you wrote the journal, possibly, but there's a page missing from the journal. I think you know where it is.
And there's a page missing from the journal.
The back
I
page.
think you know where it is.
Why on earth would I know something like that?
Because
you're
you were the
old.
only person here when the explorer visited the swamp. I have a suspicion that the swamp creature wasn't the only thing he discovered.
You're suggesting he gave me a page from the back of his journal. Or what, that I stole it?
You stole it from him before he left the swamp. I really have no idea if it exists. Maybe I can make up my own mind. Check it with the journal while it was on display in the museum. I think it was there and you took it.
You took it from the journal
No.
while it was on display in the
Alright.
museum. And let's think about this one again.
Alright, okay. So I have to go through this again.
I've been...
I've been looking at the stars.
Oh, really?
I'd like to fast forward.
Did you...
Yeah.
You must... You found... When you... Remember...
You were living in the swamp.
You were already...
The that...
The one... You know who... His sketches...
You already... You learned...
There's a page missing from the journal.
There's a
I think you
page.
know where it is.
I...
Or what?
You stole it from him before he left the swamp? I have no idea. I might be able to see it. Yeah, but make up my mind. Yeah, that's
I
better.
really have no idea. If I
Yeah.
could see it, I might be able to make up my mind.
It doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs here, with me.
Oh,
You understand?
no.
What if I promise I'll return it after I finish clearing up this mess?
Then...
Did he
I'll
write his
show
hand
it
declare
to you.
Yep.
Is this you? He drew you into his journal? It's beautiful.
And he declared
60
his
years
love
ago.
for you.
Yes. He left the page with me. We agreed the rest of the world would manage without it.
I think there's something on the back.
Oh, is it the end? Do you want me to... oh, it's his feet!
What's this?
My God. Boggy's feet were always in the water, so nobody ever saw any footprints. But look, footprints.
Footprints.
Last page ripped out of the Explorer's Journal, given to Weybridge by the Explorer 60 years ago. Pictures a drawing of Lady Weybridge at 20 years old, so she's 80 now. Okay. Also features drawings of Boggy's feet and footprints. He has 2 toes at the front and 1 on the back. This page proves that the footprints found outside the office were not made by the real Boggy. Okay. Challenge complete. We haven't finished presenting clues. Let's ask you about your flower.
They're samples of flowers that grow in this area. 2 of them you don't see very much anymore. And 1 of them only grows around the museum.
Alright. What about a bog dog?
If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be able to help you.
But I brought you something that was a bog dog.
You can put that away. I can't help you with it.
Alright, okay, well... How about a police file?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. I'm trying to cut down on police files.
If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be able
I
to
find they're
help
too
you.
rich for my blood. I don't like them. They upset my stomach. Alright, swamp juice.
Let's see. First thing we do is put the sample of liquid, then tap the...
And tap the faucet. I mean, American, so faucet is okay, but tap it. It's green again.
And now, we just have to match the color of that liquid with these ingredients.
I mean, everything is green. Oh, I'm an idiot. Do not put it in the test zone.
Got it.
There we go.
Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. Huh. That looks pretty similar to last time.
Yes, it used the same ingredients. Do you know about this curtain piece? Is it the piece of fabric?
You can put that away. I can't help you with it.
No, alright, okay. Do you want to know about films?
No, thank you.
No? What about photos?
If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be able to help you.
What about a missing page? Do you want to talk about that?
He drew me into his journal. I was 20 years old. That's the end of the story.
I bet it's not. Does this explorer have a name?
Yes?
Are you going to tell me?
No.
Great. Alright, what about the costume
You
design?
can put that away. I can't help you with it.
You could tell me that it was a crappy design again as a reminder that it was crappy.
No, thank you.
Alright.
If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be able to help you.
Alright, well I'm going to bring you a pair of leggings.
Let's see. First thing we do is put the sample of liquid into the cauldron, then tap the faucet.
It's the same colour.
And now, we just have to match the color of that liquid with these ingredients. Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes.
This is exactly the same things as the last ones that we've done.
Was that the same as last time?
Yes.
This was the exact same liquid.
Alright.
Let's see. First thing we do, then
And then we tap the faucet.
and now we just have to match the color of that liquid with these ingredients.
Alright, well this time we're going to get it wrong. What's that? It's not red.
That's not right. Come on, Grimoire, you're good at colors.
Oh, right. No, is it blue?
That's not. Come on.
I'm obviously not good at colours.
That's not. Come on.
What if it was red and yellow?
That's. Come on.
Alright, what if it was blue and red?
That's not right. Come on, Grimoire.
Alright, what if it was every colour at once? Would it be a rainbow? Sing a rainbow.
That's
Sing
not.
a
Come on,
rainbow.
Grimoire.
Alright, you mean it's exactly the same stuff as all the other stuff? And this is the same puzzle again and again? I mean, maybe one thing is a different colour.
Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. What's going on here? That was definitely the same as the other tests.
Oh, is it? Have you been covering yourself in, or covering Boggy's costume in swamp juice so that it looks as though it's been in a bog and all liquidy and yuck? That makes sense. Alright, I think we've done everything now. Thank you. .64% of suspicious objects. Notes. We're missing a challenge. I'm a competent cop. That's great. I'm missing Sally's. One. Alright, okay. Alright, well, you can click and hold the back button to exit immediately from menus. Thank you for telling me that now that I'm 74% of the way into the game. Upwards. Higher and higher. Oh. Hello.
The water's clear here. I can see my reflection in it. Not bad.
Alright, well that's interesting. There's water up here.
This staircase is a tree. And this tree is a staircase. And this place is so weird.
Alright, little girl. Hello.
Aha! The great detective returns.
Yes.
Did you run out of ideas? Need a little push in the right direction?
No. I'm getting a new idea. It involves ignoring you. I don't need to push me, but the direction will help. You're the one who needs a little push. I'm getting a new idea. It's coming. It's coming. It's ignoring you.
I'm getting a new idea. It involves ignoring you.
Like it or not, I'm here to help you.
I get it. You give me a map, then you magically disappear and
Are
hide
you
behind a tree for an hour.
the inspiration?
Want me to be impressed?
Did you talk to all the suspects yet?
Yes.
I'm working on it. You can't
Yes.
rush these things, you know?
Have you noticed anything unusual?
I notice that this is going to take longer than I originally planned, and I'm getting the feeling that I wasn't wrong about this tourist attraction.
What do you mean?
I had a hard time believing there could be a place like this here in a dark corner of a swamp. It didn't make sense, and it still doesn't.
Some things don't make sense straight away. You need to look a little closer.
At what? The mud? The water? The trees?
Nope. They've been here for years, and they're not to blame. They belong here.
But everything
She's
else
gone
doesn't.
again.
Okay.
Hiding in a bush, no doubt. I wonder if she'll ever tell me something I can actually understand.
I don't know. Maybe.
The rock path leading back towards the museum.
Ah. Okay.
This staircase is and this place.
Yes, we know that. Anything else?
It's like a little forest back here.
Okay. Well, okay, I can go up to the woods. What? Oh, did I come down the staircase? Okay. And then I can go this way, and then I'll be at the... Right, yes, and that was this way off here. But that means I've missed somewhere on... Right. Oh, that's the office that I cannot get into. Right, that's the only place. Alright.
Which is it?
I keep forgetting I need to do that. Hello, you. I want to talk to you because now I've got exciting new things to talk to you about. And we've got the Boggy costume to talk
I
about.
found these designs for a Boggy costume.
Oh, some ridiculous new merchandise for tourists to waste their money on.
No, I believe the murderer was dressed like this last night when they attacked Remington.
If they were trying to scare him out of the swamp, they should have spent more time making an accurate design.
What do you mean?
Well, this design is some bizarre hybrid between the real creature and the cartoon character. It simply hasn't been researched properly.
What's wrong with it?
Well, those flippers? Pure guesswork. Nothing but foolish imagination. Nobody knows what Boggy's feet look like. No footprint has ever been recorded.
So tell me, Special Agent Folder, how
I
would you
have
do a better
got
job
it.
researching it if nothing has ever been recorded?
Oh, well, that's... You know, I mean, it's all a matter of taking the time to... It's just that... But there's no way anyone would believe... Nothing but foolishness.
That was good. Right, well, there are people that I've met that you have not talked
If
about
I
yet.
cared about that person, I would know everything I need to know already.
Well, why don't you tell me about that?
Next time, only show me something if it's important. Let's make that a rule.
Alright, well, I'm going to show you something that's important then. It's the missing page.
Is that the missing page of the journal?
I think so.
It's an important artifact. It belongs in a museum.
Yeah, you're not wearing the right hat to be saying that.
Yes. Cool. Alright, Boggy costume.
Well, this design is some bizarre hybrid between the real creature and the cartoon character.
Thank you for reminding me. That is a very good reminder. Hey, what about this swamp juice?
You're wasting your precious time, Detective.
Hey, it's my time to waste.
I've never seen that before, and I never want to see it again.
Well, you know what happens when you say that.
I have no interest in something like that. Obviously. You're wasting your precious time, Detective.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go. Let's actually go for a walk. Let's do this piece by piece. Because I cannot recall. Are they immediately next to us? They are. I wasn't sure. Alright, hey you. Boggy costume.
I found these designs for a costume, a Boggy costume.
Aha, the legendary swamp creature.
Yeah, that's the one.
But these are just a child's drawings, are they not?
You think?
Perhaps. It's difficult to tell.
Alright. What about these profiles? Have you seen Harper?
I really don't have an opinion. My apologies.
What about Lady Weybridge?
You should ask someone else.
Alright, I asked you. What about the missing page?
That's great.
Costume
I'm sorry, I
design
have
again.
not seen that before.
Yes, you have. I showed it to you just moments ago.
That's the food I saw Mr. Remington eating at the cafe last night.
Yeah.
Before he got ill and rushed back to his office?
Excellent.
That's
so no, it's
right.
Definitely.
This is going down in my notebook. It might be important.
See, I guessed before when we were talking to Harper that he had been eating that Mr. Remington had been eating a bog dog and then went, I'm ill. It might have been nice if I could not answer, Mr. Remington and the bog dog until after I had got this bit of information. Hey, that's what I saw. Then I could go back over to Harper and go, haha, deduction. But yeah, that might have required more programming. Swamp juice.
What is it? Some evidence from last night's murder?
It's a bottle of swamp juice.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Alright, you've got nothing else there. Alright, back. How about you? Boggy costume.
What can you tell me about these designs for a Boggy costume?
Nothing whatsoever.
You're sure you didn't see anything like this while you were filming yesterday? Wait, hold on a minute. What if
Don't you dare ask.
This costume isn't your doing, is it? Made for your movie, I mean?
My friend, there will be no costumed idiots within the viewfinder of my camera. I can assure you that.
What about
Is
your
that what
Boggy
you
movie?
are wearing?
Isn't that going to be, like, a guy in a costume, or a puppet, or one of those weird robot things?
Technology has been kind to people like me. We no longer have any need for such tomfoolery. I can create a perfectly believable swamp creature within the confines of a computer. Much cheaper, too.
Huh.
I don't think it is cheaper. Okay. I don't think it looks as realistic either. Alright. Who have we got here? You have not seen Harper. Oh. You simply don't have time to help me with that. I guess I double-clicked. What about Lady Weybridge?
You want me to sign a photograph for you?
No. I wanted you to talk about that thing. Hey, here's a missing page.
I don't really have time to be looking at items from your collection.
What if I instead presented you with a costume
You won't be
design?
getting very far discussing that with me. Try someone less important.
Less important than you? I don't think that's possible, my friend.
If you want an autograph, a plain sheet of paper will suffice, thank you.
Yeah, autograph my bog dog. Don't take that out of context.
I don't really have time to be looking at items from your collection. You won't be getting very far discussing that with me. Try someone less important.
Alright, okay. Well, we might have to go back to Sally and show her the things. Also,
These flower petals seem a little out of place, lying on the ground over there.
yes, but we know. Can I not tell you that? No, apparently I can't tell you. Alright, fine. Stop swapping this one. Boggy
What can you
costume.
tell me about these designs for a costume? A Boggy
It's
costume.
Boggy! I must admit, I've been a fan of his before I ever came to the swamp.
A fan? So you're interested in cryptozoology?
Oh, no, I meant, well, Boggy has been in all kinds of cartoons and comic strips. He's one of the greatest characters of the last 100 years. I've got some comics in my tent. You really should see.
But he was only discovered 60 years ago.
Oh, that's true. Well, I round it up.
But what about his costume? Have you seen anyone wearing it?
I can honestly say I've never seen anyone wearing anything like that. And I'm a very observant person.
Is that because you were wearing it and there was no mirror for you to look in? Alright, what do you know about Lady Weybridge?
You're asking the wrong person.
What about Harper?
He seems like a good person. He even sympathizes with my cause.
He agrees with your protest? But he works here, right? And he was friends with Remington.
I think that was the only reason he worked here. Maybe he'll see the light now and leave the swamp behind him. Maybe everyone will.
Ah. Yes. Suspicious man. Suspiciously talking about things. I mean, it could be that Remington said, nah, I'm getting out of this business and going elsewhere. And his friend, Harper, went, I'll stab you in the back. Because now I won't have a job. I don't know. What about the missing page?
Show it to somebody else.
Alright, I will.
No thanks, my friend.
Oh, I didn't post to Discord. Oh, no, I did not. Oh, well.
I'm afraid I have no idea.
Swamp
Show
juice.
it to somebody else.
Do you not drink swamp juice? What about flowers?
No thanks, my friend.
Alright, back. Oh, hello again.
You again. Ready with some cryptic advice, no doubt?
Don't let them take him.
Who? The murderer? That's my job. I gotta make sure that
No, the creature. Don't take him away. This place is his home.
Oh, Boggy. Hey, don't worry. I didn't really believe he could be, responsible for this mess.
You didn't?
Are you
Well,
Boggy?
no.
Are you the person who... Mainly because I didn't believe he existed. I don't believe he could hurt anyone. I've always known who the murderer was, and it's not Boggy. I didn't believe he existed.
Mainly because I didn't believe he existed
shatter
at
your
all.
illusions, child.
So, he won't get in trouble? You won't have to leave?
Well, he's been out here for what, 60 years, hasn't he? And stayed out of trouble for that long. I have a feeling some detective isn't going to change all that in one day.
Well, in that case, he says, thank you.
Finish speaking to the little girl. Who is that little girl? Achievement unlocked. Weird. Alright, and I missed... I went to the clearing, but I never went outside the office. Take me to outside the office. Now if I look at these... No.
It's Remington's office, but I don't think I have a choice.
Yes. I was actually looking at the footprints, but okay.
There are bizarre footprints with 3 toes leading up to the office door. And back down into those reeds by the water.
Can I go in there now?
Even though I have the key, this might not be as simple as I'd hoped.
When did we get the key? I can't remember getting the key, but I assume we got the key. Okay.
This door has 2 keyholes. So, which key should I use in each one?
The ones which match up with the shape. That one. Well. Ah. No, that one down here. And that one up here. We did it. We made it inside. Alright, there's a shotgun.
An old hunting rifle, discarded carelessly near the window.
Gun identification. One of my great skills.
This isn't the kind of thing I can ignore.
An old-fashioned hunting rifle found discarded in the floor of Remington's office. Ha 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 ha. Alright. There's this.
Remington's desk is covered in drawings and maps and notes. It's all about Boggy. He was obsessed. An ink bottle spilled into his work. I'm sure he didn't do that on purpose. Yeesh, it's a bit of a mess.
Oh, do we need to clean it up?
Perhaps there's something underneath those drawings.
Alright, so do you want me to just move them to the side? Ooh.
It's a note addressed to Richard Remington. The handwriting is immaculate. Richard, our man of the world. A little help is in order. We're worried that the efforts regarding our elusive little friend might be in vain. Send word when you can. The letter is signed FF. And attached is a blurry little picture. It's some kind of metallic insect. The whole thing is a mystery. I have
Mystery
no
for
idea.
tomorrow. Read the letters on Remington's desk. Dun dun dun. Is that hinting at a sequel? Oh, hello.
It's a letter Remington was writing.
Yep.
Before something caused him to spill his ink bottle. My dear fellow, I received your note 2 weeks ago. but have only recently found the time to do the appropriate research on the matter. I feel like my time in this awful swamp might finally come to a close.
Dun, 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 dun.
All due to the simple realization, the rest is obscured. What a tease.
That Boggy is useless and pointless, and I have wasted my life. Wasted. No? Alright.
Vincent Vanderpeer's business card. There's a couple of numbers scribbled on the back.
What are the numbers?
Vincent There's a couple...
What are the
Vincent
numbers?
There's a couple of... It's a letter Remington with
Yeah,
my
okay.
iris, but I feel...
Alright, is that it? Have I done the...
It's set the letter, and it's some...
Alright, am I meant to be clicking on this?
There's a map of the swamp lying on the desk. It's been annotated in a few places.
Okay. Do I get to know any of these annotations?
It's a letter Remington
No,
with my
that's the
iris,
letter.
but
Am I done?
It's a letter Remington with my
Do I need to click on these? No, because these just do that. Am I trying to put them in an order? No. Doesn't look like it, because I can put you there, and then... Oh no, you go at the bottom. Then you go next. Then you go next. Oh no, you're at the back! Well, alright, I didn't realise that. And then you. And then you. And then you. No? Okay, well, whatever. They're in an order now. And then...
There's a... It's...
Yes.
It's...
Alright. I don't know if I've done everything. It would like an indication that I had done everything.
This is the creepiest office I've ever been in. Ever.
Alright.
Photos and paintings line the wall above the fireplace. But one of the frames is empty. Wait a second. What are these pieces on the floor underneath it? This photo is ripped, but it looks important.
It's the... Put the photo back together! Yay!
If I can piece it together again, maybe it'll reveal a secret.
When I die, I want to have left a ripped photograph that doesn't reveal a secret. There's another head. These are all the people who are out there hunting. A businessman in a suit. Oh, I didn't quite get that one right. No, wait. What? Why do you not... Go. There we go.
This photograph, it's a young Remington.
It doesn't make sense. That's what this photograph
And some
is.
other men I don't know. They're all holding rifles. Maybe I can ask Harper about it.
Okay, but clearly the bottom of the photograph from this bit over here was longer, or was further down than the bit of the photograph over here. So it wasn't a photograph. Okay. First order of the First order of cryptozoological hunters. Headquarters, 1963. A group photo of a hunting club. A younger Remington stands among friends. They're all holding rifles. Ah, there's a younger Remington. Pa 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 pa. All right.
No way. No way. Is this a werewolf?
No.
This is the creepiest off.
Yeah, but I was clicking on the gun. Lion.
These animals. They're all... They're not... I don't recognize any of them.
A cryptozoological hunting person.
Something happened here. There are signs of a struggle between the desk and the window.
Something happened here. Yes, something happened everywhere. It wasn't necessarily exciting or interesting, but something happened everywhere.
It's a sharp metal poker for a fireplace, hidden in the shadows. Something about those three prongs. I feel like I just stumbled across an incredibly important piece of evidence.
Ah, Office Broker. Hidden in Remington's office, it has 3 small prongs at the end. There is a small amount of dried blood on the tips of the prongs, covered in a strange liquid slime. The 3 prongs match up with Remington's wounds. Could this be the murder weapon? Yeah, could be. Let's have a look at that quickly. The mixture is... The slime is a mixture of sugar, green food colouring, and carbonated water. Okay.
Have I uncovered a secret in here?
The hunting rifle disproves that Sally's face was a ghost. Yeah, let's hear that.
The hunting rifle disproves that Sally's face was a ghost. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Disproves that. Explains why. Shouldn't be the reason. Is historical evidence that. Belong to a secret society. I guess Richard Remington... No. The hunting photo is historical evidence that Richard Remington belonged to a secret society? I mean... yeah, maybe. Was found at the crime scene, murdered the victim, was a ghost.
The hunting photo is historical evidence that Richard Remington belonged to a secret society. I'm getting a strong feeling that Remington might be the bad guy in this story.
Yep.
If he wasn't already dead, I would have loved to ask him a couple of questions. I should ask around, see if I can gather any information about his motives for being here.
Chapter 3, Richard Remington's Real Reasons. Really? Alright, okay. And, man, I love how, in this universe, people don't go grey. So he had a brown mustache, but then, when he is dead in the police files, it is all blue and purple. Oh, no, that's not the one. Notes? No, that's... What? Oh, okay. So I can see how many notes I've got of a place. Like that. I hadn't noticed that. What if I look at the entrance? Have I got all of the notes, or will it show there's no clues at the entrance? Or I have found no clues? Ah, no, okay. There is one clue there. Okay, so I can go around and mop up and get some notes. Right, show me suspects. See, there, look. Why has he gone all bluey purpley when it's all brown in the photograph? Alright, we still have this.
The open window looks over the wooden planks outside. Oh, and on one side, a part of the curtain has been ripped off. I don't know what's in that jar, and I wish it wasn't in there.
You wish it was out and able to move around and possibly coming for you right now.
I'm gonna stop looking at it now. This is the creepiest office
Yeah, alright, but I was looking at the fireplace as we found the fire poker.
Hunting memorabilia. Claws, teeth. It would be an impressive collection if it wasn't so disturbing.
Alright.
Hunting memorabilia.
Yeah, okay, that's an actual cat, but still. Photo?
This is the creepy.
If I... I don't know. Okay, so have I got them all now? Because there wasn't... What was there? Alright, I think if I can keep going through all of these... Okay, I'm missing one at the gift shop. One in the woods. And one at the crossroads. And that's it. Okay. Well, let's go around and pick up those notes then. First of all, eh? So one at the crossroads. Where can we look at the crossroads? We looked at that. That's
There's a hollow part.
Water?
Note to self, don't fall in. It's the base of a gigantic tree, and it's sitting in the very heart of the swamp.
Yep.
Was this entire place built around it?
Hey, we got a clue, right? So, gift shop next, right? Gift shop next.
It's a humble gift shop wagon. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that...
Boggy dolls, boggy toys, boggy postcards. This stuff isn't half bad. It's a photo of the swamp entrance. Or it could be a painting. There's really no way to tell, you know?
No, you could ask.
It's a framed drawing of Boggy. What a shame, it's not even signed. It's a map of the swamp. Mine seems a little older than this one, though.
That's the
Wow,
boggy head.
it's some kind... This is too
I
close.
know that.
Brightly colored Boggy baseball caps. Is there something behind them?
I could have sworn we had that one already. Could have sworn I did that to find that thing, but obviously not. There we go. So that Charles doesn't... Yeah, looks a little bit like Boggy, but okay, thank you. But we can talk to you while we're here. Hello. Oh, Richard Remington is the other person thing. Okay, so
I have a theory that the murderer was wearing a costume. A homemade outfit designed to look like the swamp creature.
I've never seen anything so ridiculous. You'd never see me in that.
I know it's not exactly the latest fashion, but...
No, you'd never see me in that. It would cover me up entirely.
That's the point of a disguise?
Look, detective. When you have legs like mine, you don't want to be wearing disguises.
Is that why you always wear those black leggings?
You've only just met me and you're making assumptions about what I always wear.
And making assumptions is the fun part of being a detective.
Well, you're right. I always wear these.
Alright, tell me about Richard Remington.
So what can you tell me about your relationship with Richard Remington?
I didn't have one. I think I spoke to him twice, ever. He usually seemed really busy, but more like preoccupied.
Preoccupied? Like he was thinking about something else? Something that wasn't this tourist attraction?
Who can say? What do old men think about?
What? Are you implying that I know the answer to that?
One of Sally's belongings. To unlock the challenge. Okay. Well, let's ask you about the two people we haven't asked you about yet.
Is that your new friend? Sweet.
He's the guy who operates the cat.
I really don't know what to tell you.
What is wrong with this character? Oh, there is just something that feels really off to me about this. I don't know what it is. Alright, we've got a hunting rifle now.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a hunting rifle. It's a rifle used for hunting.
Where are you keeping all this stuff? In your pockets? Is that one of your clues? It's
Yes.
nice. You can put it away now.
What about this missing page?
I have no idea what that is.
What about this costume
I can
design?
draw way better than that.
Can you show me?
There's no time. Maybe in the sequel.
What about your black
Never
leggings? I
mind,
know we
but
asked
I
about
left them
that.
here last night.
I couldn't remember what you
Now they're covered in slime, and I don't want to go near them.
said. Right, okay, cool. What about a bog dog?
Where are you keeping all this stuff? In your pockets? Is that one of your clues? It's nice.
It's a
You
bottle
can
of swamp
put it away
juice.
now.
Boggy hat.
These hats look pretty stupid. Luckily, kids seem to like stupid stuff.
You sell a lot of them?
Yeah, they're pretty popular. I have no idea what that is.
It's a book. Alright. This is interesting. I don't know. I have not unlocked your challenge yet. Ah. Alright. Well, I can't remember where the last one was. Where is the last clue? Is it at the clearing? No. The woods. Woods. Is it the reeds?
The water's clear here. I can see my reflection in it. Not bad.
Is it the sign?
This staircase is and this...
These are the
rock path
steps
leading
to
back-
the museum. Is it these trees?
It's like a little forest back here. It's like a little forest back here. The water's clear here. I can see. Not bad.
Is it these bubbles?
What's this?
Yes.
Looks like the stuff in the water has been moved around recently. Maybe if I reposition them, I'll find a clue.
Yes. Look, we've got a footprint on them. Are we trying to match them up here? Yeah. Haha. You over here. And then a second one over here.
I recognize that footprint.
Yes, it's the murderers.
It's the same as the one found at the crime scene.
Was that? We've got 100% of the notes. We have all of the notes. We are noted up. But we still don't have whatever that is. Alright, we need to go around and ask everybody about stuff. So, map. Treehouse. Hello. I want to ask you about Richard Remington.
You've been here so long, you must have crossed paths with Remington a few times. What did you think of him?
That man was a threat to the swamp. We'll be better off without him. Hopefully the curtain will fall on his little tourist attraction as well.
Better off?
You know.
With a killer on the loose now?
There have been murderers loose in the swamp before.
What are you talking about?
In my time here, I've seen the swamp invaded by men. By hunters. Several times. They're relentless.
What were they hunting?
Boggy.
Wait, what about Boggy? Is that why no one has seen him in 60 years?
They always fell short of their ultimate goal. That just meant they came back again and again, doing more harm each time.
But this area is protected by law, right?
It is now, but some men have no respect for laws. Of any kind. They tried to get me to leave my home here. I stood my ground.
Obviously. But this whole area is a tourist attraction now. I doubt Remington would have allowed anyone to march into Boggy's bog with a gun and start hunting down his main attraction.
Alright, well I've got... Ah, these are dripping as well. Okay, that's good to know. Okay. Well, you...
I recognize some of those men. Unfortunately. They've hunted in the swamp before.
Before it became a protected area?
Before that, yes. And one of them after that.
Who? Harper? Yeah, the hunting rifle.
No, thank you.
Oh. What about a boggy hat?
If you bring me something with liquid on it, I might be able to help you.
What about a fireplace poker?
Let's see. First thing we do is put the sample of liquid into the cauldron, then tap the faucet.
It's green again!
And now we just...
Oh, come on, we're good with colours.
Got it! Now I know what that liquid consists of. I'll write it down in my notes. The swamp slime. It's all the same. It's the exact same liquid again. There's something about that green slime.
Oh, the only reason that found at the crime scene, fireplace poker and the black leggings. Fireplace poker found at the crime scene and the black leggings are covered in the same swamp slime.
The fireplace broker, found at the
Sally's
crime
legs.
scene, and
We could have
the
had
black
Sally's
leggings
legs be
are
covered by the
covered
black-
in the same swamp
Oh
slime.
no.
Sally's leggings. They link her to the crime
95%.
scene.
Can I get it
I'll
wrong?
have to ask her about it.
No, she left them there. We know she left them there. Okay, I think we did everything here, haven't we? Yep. Except there's still one thing that I haven't found. I've asked you about all of that stuff. Yeah. Might I need her chemistry skills? No. I want to go back to the cafe, actually. speak to you, because you knew Remington. So tell me about Richard Remington.
You said you knew Remington?
He and I knew each other for a long time. I came to work at his tourist attraction in the early days, when he needed help.
Well, what kept you here?
I know most people wouldn't want to work in a place like this. I actually like it here, so I was happy to oblige.
You might like it, but I still don't see why anyone would build a tourist attraction here.
Mr. Remington has his reasons. He probably had several. I don't presume to know what they all were. Even though we were friends, he had some secrets, some hobbies, that I was happy to let him keep secret.
Secrets? Hobbies? A secret hobby?
He was a man with a dream, I can tell you that much.
Okay. Alright. Feels like I'm done talking to him. No, I mean, we can talk to him.
I don't know very much about them.
Oh well, and we got clues. Let's ask you
I
about
can't
things.
help you with that one. Sorry.
Well, let's just go over all of the clues.
That's Mr. Remington's old hunting rifle. He usually keeps it around. For whatever reason. He was very fond of that thing. Looks like it was fired recently.
So what you're saying is, I was done with you. Feels like I'm done talking to him, he says. But there was important clues that this guy had. Never go with your instincts, Detective Grimoire.
It's Mr. Remington's fireplace poker. This slime on the handle. It's familiar for some reason.
Yeah, because we know why it's familiar. Because of the slime from the slimy swamp juice that you sell.
One of Mr. Remington's secrets. I never wanted to know the details, but these men travel the world, seeking mysterious animals to hunt.
I think I'm done talking to
They
him.
consider
All clues
myths
found.
and legends to be the ultimate prey.
What about Boggy hats? Do you
Why
like
don't
them?
you show that to someone else?
I showed it to you, though.
You don't know everything, I'm afraid.
Alright, now I'm done talking to you. Hello there, Sally. We are back again to talk to you.
What?
We've presented all the profiles, haven't we? Yeah. Got clues. Oh no, we don't clues as well. It's just the challenge. Alright, challenge unlocked. Challenge unlocked. Can I do the challenge?
The black leggings you found in your bag this morning. They're covered in the same slime that was on the murder weapon.
Everything in this swamp is covered in slime. What's your angle, Grimoire?
I have proof you were wearing them during the murder. Your black leggings were part of the murderer's costume. The exact slime hasn't been found elsewhere. It has. The black leggings were part of the murderer's costume.
Your black leggings were part of the murderer's costume.
Costume? Is that why someone took them out of my bag last night?
Well, I don't have proof someone else took them.
If I had been wearing them when I committed a crime, do you think I would hand them over to a detective the second he shows up? Besides, look at them. What do you notice?
They're all stretched. They're loose and stretched. You're too fat to wear these. You're far too long. They're far too long for you to wear. They're all loose and stretched.
They're loose and stretched.
That's right, someone else. Someone larger than me has worn these. They're stretched out, especially at the waist. It's pretty obvious.
So, let's see. Somebody stole them to use in their Boggy costume, and then put them back in your bag when they were done?
If you say so. It's not my job to know all the details. It's my job to sell souvenirs. Do you want a souvenir?
Oh, yes.
Grimoire did it.
But only if you choose one for me.
You look like you could use something to wind up. You can take this one.
Oh. Okay. Challenge complete. A small plastic toy store at the gift shop has the cartoony appearance of Boggy. Boggy's feet are hidden in a bucket of water. Alright, okay, thank you. Now I can present you the wind-up toy.
I always thought it was weird that his feet are in that little bucket all the time.
It's just part of the character, I guess. I'm surprised they don't sell some sort of Boggy foot soaker.
And that would be the one product I'd consider buying.
weirdly sexual. That's what it is. I don't know. Why are you stretching and turning around in that weird way and kind of half flirting with the guy? That's what I think is going on there. That is making it feel all weird to me. But yeah, okay. You're odd. Right. There's one more thing for you. There's one for you. There's two for you. There's one for you. I've got everybody else's clues. Right. I don't think you are a suspect at all. Can I? Right.
Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious.
I don't think that any of that is suspicious anymore. She worked there for a year. She thinks it's disgusting. She has long legs. Oh my god, how weird and suspicious that is. She wears black leggings. She brings bare clothes to the swamp. She does not She does not lock away her belongings. She is unable to lock her gift shop, and she has a good view of Echo Swamp. Okay, cool. Don't think you're suspicious. I think you are suspicious. But protesting, spending more time in his tent, is a fan of cartoon character, doesn't really know much about the swamp. Yeah, that makes sense. Shares his views with Agent Folder. Is not a talented artist, so maybe not a talented drawer for the drawing of the costume scene, or sewer. Has not been putting much effort into protesting recently. That's weirdly suspicious, but I don't know why exactly. It just feels off. Alright. So, now, to see everybody, to show them to show them the wind-up toy and see if that's got anything going on.
You can put that away. I can't help you with it.
Alright. Feels like I'm done talking to you. What about you at the calf? I was done talking to you, and then you told me things. And now I've got a wind-up toy.
Why don't you show that to someone else?
I will do. You know, I'm going to show it to everybody. We'll go to the museum. Have you got something to say about the wind-up toy? And how inaccurate it is? Oh, I
have no interest in something like that. Obviously.
What do you know about the hunting?
So, you found it. I wonder who else knows about it.
Well, that's vaguely suspicious.
You're wasting your precious time, Detective. A good example of how Boggy's feet are never shown in any form. They often use that little red bucket to hide them.
98.
This is just a piece of junk they sell to tourists. It has no resemblance to the real creature.
Tell me about Richard Remington.
What can you tell me about your relationship with Richard Remington?
We didn't really have one, and now we definitely don't have one. But look, all I can say is that he was a coward who enjoyed watering down history for his own benefit.
What does that mean?
It means there are some chapters of this swamp's history that he never wanted anyone to know about.
Did he like you sniffing around this museum all the time?
I don't think he knew, to be honest. And even if he did, there's nothing he could have done about it. He has no right to this building. He knows that. We both know that.
Why not? It was part of his tourist attraction, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Feels like I'm done talking to him. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Huh. To the clearing where we've got two people to talk to. Tell me about Richard Remington.
I suppose you've met with our murder victim, Richard Remington.
Yes, I've been
Not
in and
since
out
he
of
was
this
murdered,
place
no.
for a while now. Naturally, I've crossed paths with Remington a number of times. Good value, that one. A real raconteur, you know.
You liked him? So far, I'm getting the impression he wasn't the most popular guy around here.
Well, that much is clear, isn't it? The man obviously slipped up somewhere, made an enemy or two, and bam, that's that. You just can't be too careful, can you?
Yeah, I think he did have an enemy or two. Or three. But you liked him.
I respected him. Good head on his shoulders. Good business sense, that man. He understood how to make things work for him.
Alright, what about this hunting rifle?
If you want an autograph, a plain sheet of paper will suffice, thank you.
I'm going around pointing a gun. Well, I'm not pointing a gun at people. I'm saying, hey, I found this gun.
I don't really have time to be looking at items from your collection.
It was a hunting photo.
You won't be getting very far discussing that with me. Try someone less important.
Again, somebody less important than you.
If you want an autograph, a plain sheet of paper will suffice, thank you. I don't really have time to be looking at items from your collection.
Alright, well, I've got 100%. It says there, but I've only got 97% of the suspects, so I haven't got 100%. I'm still missing 2 from you. Well, right here. So I'm going to talk to you. Tell me about Richard Remington.
You saw Remington last night, but had you met him before? Did you know him?
I've never really spoken with him, but we've come into contact a few times. Vincent likes to handle that kind of work, and I like to let him.
What do you think of this place? The tourist attraction, I mean.
I can't say I like the idea of a natural area like this becoming commercialized.
I know!
Suspects.
I just can't understand why anyone would even try.
I think Mr. Remington had his reasons. He looked like a man with a couple of secrets.
Like what?
I have no idea. If I knew, they wouldn't be secrets.
I've shown you everybody about this. Yeah, I have. What about a hunting
What
rifle?
is it? Some evidence from last night's murder?
The fact that nobody recognizes a gun ever
That's great.
is, pretty...
I'm sorry I have not seen that before.
I mean, I recognize it's a gun, but I've got no idea where it came from or what it is in particular, you could say.
What is it? Some evidence from last night's murder?
Murder.
That's great.
Alright, well, looks like I'm done talking to you, apparently. I'm still missing 1. No, wait. 8, 7. I'm missing 1 from you. That's what I'm missing. Alright, well, we're off to talk to you next. Are you right here? You're right here. Oh, Richard Remington.
So what did Mr. Remington think of you? I mean, protesting in the middle of a swamp every day.
It wasn't his swamp. If he ever truly thought it was, then he was even more of a fool than he seemed.
But he didn't like you hanging around, right?
That man was exceptionally skilled at ignoring me.
Complete the
Ignoring
game,
anything he
100%
didn't
Snickers
like.
of Slews,
So,
S-Rank,
what, he just
achievement
left you alone?
unlocked. Yeah.
He expected me to get bored and go home. He figured I'd get sick of this place and
Who
he'd
done
have
it?
it back to
I still
himself.
think it's Echo.
But he didn't want it to himself, did he? He wanted lots of people to come visit all the time, surely.
But we're going to go through all the clues.
I'm sure it says that in the brochure. Yes.
Alright. I think I've presented you all the profiles. Yes, I did. We've got clues. Tell me about a hunting
Well,
rifle.
thanks, my friend.
I mean, you're not going to know anything because I've got 100% of everything. But let's go through it.
What?
Oh.
You're not a bad detective.
Well, I found the photo in Remington's office. It was ripped up, though. I think he was some kind
He
of...
was a lot of things. Don't lose that picture. And show it to Mr. Harper before you leave.
Did I not do that already?
Why are you carrying that around with you?
I have a suspicion it may have been the murder weapon.
Really? I thought Remington was attacked by something with claws, wasn't he? I'm afraid I have no idea. Show it to somebody else.
Did I not go to Remington and do the thing?
I
must
think
have
it's
done.
time I went to talk to Officer James.
No, I don't think it is time. Chapter 4, the beginning of the end. Alright. Well, before we do that, let's go over all the individual things. Yeah, we've been through Sally. Okay, so next up...
Oh?
Oh?
Hey.
Oh?
Chess menu reviews with Agent Folder. Process has been ignored by Remington so far. Echo is not a talented artistic musician. He's not been putting any effort into protesting recently. Oh, that's page 2. Echo is protesting for animal rights. Spending more time in his tent. Wait, no? Yeah. Echo is a fan of the Boggy cartoon character. Doesn't know much about the real Swamp creature. That is reasonable. They are all suspiciously type things. But I don't know that you are the suspicious. Harper knows everybody's favourite food. Harper sells a drink called swamp juice. Says it's been disappearing recently. Serves Remington his favourite bog dog. Discuss everybody's favourite foods with Echo. Stays open late but locks up when he leaves. Harper has known Remington for many years. Knows about Remington's secret hobby. I mean, that is all pretty suspicious as well, except he says it's been disappearing. So I don't know. It's filming at the exact time of the murder. Oh, let's have a listen to that again. Tried to get filmed before permission. Has made a string of popular fantasy movies. Expected Remington for his business sense.
Not suspicious.
When you say Remington, I think of Remington Seal. Yeah, you and me both. Was unable to find Burl.
Not suspicious.
Man appear filmed by himself.
Not suspicious.
Yep, not suspicious. I don't think these are.
Not suspicious.
But before we go on, where's the film footage? Whoa! That was him shooting the gun. Oh! I guess that was being stabbed with the trident. Or the fireplace poker. Stumbled out the window. Fell onto the thing. And that's you hiding the poker again. So it looks like you didn't go there to kill them because you didn't take the poker with you. But Boggy turned up. And you shot at Boggy. Alright. We got all the rest of these, right? You got everything? Yep. We've been through and we got all of those ones as well. I mean, it's 100%. So yeah. All right. Go away. Well, works for around feet. Carries the camera most of the time.
Not suspicious.
Saw Remington leaving the cafe looking sick.
Not suspicious.
Has a secret passion at Obby on
Not
the side.
suspicious.
That's fine.
Not suspicious.
Took a blurry photo of something in the woods.
Not suspicious.
Dislikes the natural area being commercialized.
Not suspicious.
Well, thinks Remington had some sort of secret.
Not suspicious.
Yeah. Nobody knows the shape of Boggy's footprints.
Not suspicious.
Has a lockpick.
Not suspicious.
Or a new lockpick.
Not suspicious.
Shared knowledge of his swamp creature with Echo. I mean, these things are suspicious.
Not suspicious.
But they're not suspicious for Agent Folder. Like, hey, you told Echo about this thing. That is suspicious. That Echo knows that. It's a clue that Echo does. Deep interest
Not
in
suspicious.
knows more about the real
Not
creature.
suspicious.
Dislikes Remington for watering down his...
Not suspicious.
No. For over 60 years, knows about the flowers. So, no, okay, so the thing that was made was rubbish. Saw hunters in the swamp. His hunting was banned. He lost to leave her home because of the swamp. Hates Remington and his tourist attraction. Offered Remington fabric as a peace offering. Ah. Knows about the flowers that grow here. No.
Not suspicious. Not suspicious.
No, I don't think you were suspicious. Boggy. No.
Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious. Not suspicious.
Show me the suspects. Oh, I still got Harper and Mr. Remington.
Not suspicious. Not suspicious.
I think you killed. I think you're the victim, so I don't think you're suspicious. No, I don't think it's suspicious. I think it's Echo.
Not suspicious.
I could be very wrong. But we're going to go full suspicion on the culprit, none on anybody else. Well, thanks, game. Thanks for ruining that for me. Now I know I've got the right culprit. At a point when I haven't yet said, yes, definitely this is the thing. Thank you, achievement unlocked. Back to the swamp dock to talk to...
You finally returned.
Yes, I have.
Well, did you find the swamp creature? Where is he?
I forgot all about him. What's wrong, creature? I didn't find him.
Richard's just redeemed. Sit on it and swivel.
I'm going to hydrate as I've seen that is just coming up because I could do with a drink and I have just realised. So yeah.
Richard's just redeemed. Hydrate.
Swivel, you say? Oh, something else as well? Stretch.
Richard's just redeemed. Stretch.
Stretching.
Richard's just redeemed. Loud noises.
Swivel round and round. Round and round and round and round, and it's not suspicious! Suspicious! Not suspicious! Suspicious! Not suspicious! Suspicious! Not suspicious! Guess what I chose as loud noises for this game? Man, I forgot all about him.
I forgot all about him.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was
Water's
just...
black and deep.
No.
My favorite kind.
Sorry, I thought this was
finally returned.
I'm being a funny
Well,
person talking
did you
about
find
what's
the
going
swamp
on.
creature? Where is he?
He doesn't exist. I didn't find him.
I didn't find him.
What? You're not getting paid to wander about aimlessly, Grimoire.
I'm getting
Get back
paid.
out there.
Oh my god, that's so so fortunate that I know now I'm getting paid. This case can't be solved. I don't need to.
I don't need to.
The final chapter, Boggy's criminal record. Or I can go back if I want. But no, we're done.
Why not? I thought he was our prime suspect.
No.
Well, not anymore.
Didn't you find photographic evidence of Boggy from last night? Let me see that photo.
Oh, I have this game, huh? Right, yes, that is the black and white photo.
If that's not Boggy, what is it?
Present a clue. It's costume designs.
I found designs for the costume in a trash can. Not only that, I collected all the pieces of the costume myself. Well, nearly all of them. There's still the one that...
But the footprints at the scene of the crime! How can you prove these don't belong to a real creature?
Present a clue, because we've got the missing page of the journal.
What's this? I thought there were no records of a footprint anywhere.
No public records. The footprints at the crime scene don't match the ones on this page. They were just a product of these slippers. A part of the costume.
But Grimoire, this costume, it doesn't have claws of any kind. How do you explain the 3 wounds on the victim's chest?
Present a clue. I present a fireplace poker that you've repeatedly said is the murder weapon.
The prongs match up with the wounds perfectly. The handle's even covered in slime, see?
Ah, but this swamp slime was one of the reasons Boggy became a suspect in the first place. Surely this only incriminates the creature further.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But that slime, it's not exactly what you think.
It's not. It's swamp juice. Oh, speaking of games that you have, what is it called? Erica Reed. Something. It's a. I don't know. I cannot tell whether it's a point-and-click game or whether it's a hidden object game. I've got nothing against hidden object games, but I'd prefer to play a point-and-click game. Do you remember which one it is? Cognition. An Erica Reed thriller. Yeah. Is that a point-and-click game or is that a hidden object game? For some reason, I just could not tell. Right, what are we doing? Swamp juice. Swamp juice.
This stuff is an uncanny resemblance to the so-called swamp slime. A bunch of it was stolen from the storeroom of the cafe, which reminds me.
What is that exactly?
A poisoned hot dog. It's the second reason that the murderer broke into the storeroom. He put this green powder on the entire supply, just to make sure.
To make sure of what?
Make sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office. To make sure everyone in the swamp would be poisoned. Make sure no one would ever eat at the cafe again. No, Remington.
To make sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office.
Remington went back to his office? Alone?
Final chapter, The Murderer. And you haven't played Cognition, but it doesn't look hidden object. It looks very point and click. Yeah, that's what I saw as well, but then there was another one that I saw that the same people had done. And it said, oh, this isn't a point and click, it's a hidden object game, and I can't recall what it was. So I was just wondering. Anyway, continue.
I've been looking through your evidence, Grimoire. One piece in particular seems critical to me. I think we need to work out...
Video footage? Vincent Vanderpeer filmed it last night, at the exact moment of the murder, I believe.
Well, exactly. I think we can both agree these sounds in the background. They're essential in our mystery. Could you talk me through them?
Absolutely.
Just rearrange the descriptions on the left to match the sounds on the right.
Okay, cool.
Drag them around and keep swapping until you're happy with the order.
What if I'm never happy with the order? Will the game never end?
And if you want to hear the sounds again, you can tap on them.
No, I can't. Mobile game.
No problem. I can always check my case file if I want to go over my notes.
Right. Remington rips from character and fabric as he falls. That's the ripping sound. Right. Creaking. That's culprit opening Remington's door. Whoa! That is Remington cries out in shock. No. Remington cries out in shock as Boggy appears. That's the shooting. Remington fires hunting rifle at the culprit. That's culprit grabs a metal poker and stabs Remington. Oh! Remington cries out in shock and falls backwards. Remington rips off some curtain fabric as he falls. Remington lands on the planks outside his office.
I
Culprit
think
drops the
that's
metal poker
it.
in the office. He thought the ripping was him tearing his pants as he sat down. I mean, it could be. I mean, when you say him, do you mean Remington or Boggy? Because the pants were all loose and stretched out.
Ah, excellent. There's just two small details bothering me. First of all, if Remington ripped off a piece of his curtains, why wasn't it found at the crime scene? What happened to it?
It was inside the head.
Turns out the murderer took that piece of fabric and concealed it inside the head of the costume. Then he fled the crime scene to hide all the parts in different areas of the swamp.
Ah, well, that's my problem. If Remington fired his rifle, how did the assailant survive and manage to escape? Did Remington miss his target?
At point blank? A man of his experience? I don't think so. In fact, the answer to that question is the very last link in our chain. The one thing that has eluded me so far. I'll drag the clue items from the left
Alright.
onto my drawing here,
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens when we compare the pieces I collected with the original design I found.
Oh, we're missing the torso bit. Hello, I am the murderer.
Wait, you never found the body piece, the torso.
Yeah, I did.
You're right, and I never would have found it. Not lying around. Not like the others.
Because it's got a big old bullet hole in it.
But what does this have to do with the murderer surviving the rifle shot?
This torso is probably made up of some thick material. Something covering the culprit's entire upper body. I believe it may have even been enough to
soften the impact from a bullet! Aha!
Exactly.
Well, let's put your theory to the test. Where is that last piece of the costume?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's at the protest?
But how? We looked everywhere. Not a single clue.
Simple. He's still wearing it.
Okay, yep. I mean, because I thought it was Echo, and then was told it was Echo because of the achievement, yeah.
I don't know what you want with me.
Oh, you're
Sounds
still
like you two
covering
were
it
smart
with
enough
your
to
thing.
uncover the
Yeah,
real
okay.
criminal in this swamp, and lucky enough to have somebody else deal with him for you. You worked it out. He had his rifle on him. He got half a glance at me and pulled the trigger without hesitation.
But why would he do that? You were dressed as Boggy. He shouldn't be pointing his gun at a unique scientific specimen, not to mention his main
Inside of his
attraction.
office.
You're right. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, does it? Not unless you're in on the secret.
Echo forgot to tell me that Sally Spears was eaten by Boggy. My lost hat! Oh no! Was framed because leads me to believe, can't be proof that, forgot to tell me. Was stolen by Boggy, was here to hunt Boggy, yeah, was Boggy in disguise, was eaten by Boggy, was here to hunt Boggy. Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy. Echo forgot to tell me that no. The hunting photo leads me to believe Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy. Yes, that makes sense.
The hunting photo leads me to believe Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy.
Dun, 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 dun. Final chapter. The hunter and the hunted.
A secret society, an order of hunters, seeking out mysterious and elusive creatures.
The order goes further than this one man, and much further than this one swamp.
The whole thing is kind of distressing. I knew something was wrong as soon as I stepped into that office.
I'm glad you've finally come around. It's not just
But what about Remington? He was a member of this order?
He made Boggy his own personal project, his own obsession. For years he hunted the creature, the potential perfect addition to his collection.
But he owned the tourist attraction. He set it up himself, didn't he?
He did. It was just his way of forming a legal loophole. Since the area became protected, he and his friends were unable to come here for hunting anymore. Boggy's Bog was just a front for his own little game. A man pursuing a creature.
A creature that might not even exist.
And that's why Remington kept a rifle nearby at all times?
Well, exactly. He didn't want to take any chances.
Now, don't you see? I did this place a service. Did Boggy a service. That creature, he can live in peace again.
Can he? You tried to frame him for murder. You wanted everyone to think he was some kind of ruthless predator?
Well, think about it. Once he became suspected of murder, they'd have no choice but to shut this whole place down. Everyone would finally realize they had no business here.
But he's not a killer. You don't have the right. How do you know what Boggy wanted? But he's not a killer.
But he's not a killer. You're the one who...
Detective.
You. It's
finished. Well, don't be angry. You should be glad. It's finally time to leave the swamp. You have another job to do.
I don't know.
Not that it makes any difference to somebody like you, but I never intended to kill him.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems
to
like
scare
you could
him.
get off with
Convince him
manslaughter or whatever it
Boggy
was.
wasn't going to let him live
Accidental
here
death.
in peace any longer. But, true to form,
He shot at you
had
and
his
you
rifle
defended
on
yourself.
him.
So,
You
yeah.
worked out the rest yourself.
Alright, it does make a difference. Yeah.
It makes a difference.
Well, Mr. Everstone, I'm afraid you'll still have to come with us. Fortunately, there's a police station just a few miles down the...
Hey, wait!
Oh, it's Boggy! I mean, what did you think was going to happen? We knew where you were hiding, in that tree. There was no back way out of that tree or anything. Boggy. Boggy's real.
Looks Looks like you solved more than one mystery tonight.
Yeah, it's my hat. Huzzahs! Well, these growths are quick. Which isn't a bad thing, but there was barely any time to read it.
Well, what did they decide to do?
We had Mr. Everstone questioned. He was happy to tell us everything he knew. A number of rumors going around the department have been confirmed.
And Remington's office?
Searched down to the last detail. And, well, we agree with you, but I know what you're thinking. I'd love to put an end to it, just the same as you. But there's always...
Are we going after them?
We better be.
Oh, to be continued. Well. Let's have a look at the achievements we got. We got one right at the end. Oh, Boggy's fan club. We don't have Boggy's fan club. No, I have to play it again, I guess. And we got nice hat. Complete the game. And there we go. He said, "Oh wait, I can do this. Let me do a thing." Whoop. Thank you for having watched. Yes, we have completed the secret of the swamp. We found the secret, even if we didn't find all the secrets and we lost out on that last Boggy's fan club. How did we miss out on that one? I got 100% of everything. I guess I missed out on something. Alas, never mind. That doesn't matter. What matters is that I appreciate you. Whether you're here, live and in person, or later on the VOD, the fact that you spent any amount of time here with me means that I just think you're amazing. Never let anybody tell you anything different. You are amazing in this one weird Englishman's opinion. Okay, so we will be back tomorrow, and tomorrow we will hopefully be continuing with Blades of Fire. Yes, hopefully with a new controller as well, which is supposed to be delivered at some point between 20 minutes from now and 2 hours, 20 minutes from now. So, hey, I'll be looking out for that and, hopefully having a new controller which all of the buttons work on. Won't that be fun? Yes? Yes. I know you think it's fun too. But still, that is for tomorrow. And I'm not sure what we're going to do when we come back to Point and Click Tuesday, on Tuesday. Maybe we'll have a look at the demo of Cognition, an Erica Reed thriller. Just because I'm vaguely interested in that one, just because it's on such a big discount at the moment. Maybe we'll look at the demo of that, and then I could go yay or nay for that. Might be interesting to see. Hey, why not? But until the next time, I have been Richard, and this whole thing around us, with the many heads here that we have been LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now. Limited time offer, no vowels. And you have fun. And of course, as always, stay weird.